Morning, everybody. Welcome to Common Ground. I'm Chris. That's Josh. We have a show here that we hope 12 or 13 people watch today. We haven't been doing too good with our views, but what we're trying to do here is bring some unity to the country. From my perspective as a Republican, Josh's perspective as a Democrat, and show everybody that this isn't such a rotten place to live from two sides of the spectrum. That being said, I'm going to start the conversation today. This is our seventh or eighth episode now, and we got some real good traction on one of our videos. There was 300 and some views. I don't know what happened to 297 of them that never came back. But I decided today I'm not. Maybe we shouldn't talk about politics. No one gives a shit. Okay, if you got kids out or about, you might want to put them up, put them in the kennel, or do something with them because I may drop a few F bombs here this morning. Josh and I are trying to do something productive here. We don't seem to be getting a lot of traction here. It may take some time, but we've seen enough people show up that we were expecting people to come back. So what I did today was instead of preparing and reading about the news and shit, I went out and found myself a cisgender pan fucking sexual squirrel and I milked it and I put it in my coffee. And later on this afternoon, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to milk myself since that's what we want to talk about in America. I'm going to try to pick this or this, and I'm going to squeeze it in a bowl of cereal or something. And that seems to be what we want to talk about in America. Okay, we want to talk about stupid people's faces on beer bottles. Yeah, the old man's a little riled up today. But can we talk about real stuff? Can we consume ourselves with things that are going to affect us? And since we started this channel, it doesn't seem like anybody's all that interested in what we have to say unless we want to talk about 87 different genders, Mickey and Minnie Mouse wearing rainbow clothes. I don't really understand why people can't pay attention to stuff that's actually really, truly affecting them. So I'm going to go that route today. I don't know. We're free to talk about whatever we want. Josh and I actually get along quite well through our conversations about politics. But if people don't want to hear that and they want to hear, that I'm going to go jerk off a fucking donkey or something later, let's talk about that then. What do you want to do today, Josh?
Oh, Chris, I love you, brother. You're one of a kind, man. Yeah, and Chris's frustration comes about, and we talk every day, we work together. So it comes about because we tried doing something that we think that America needs at this moment, which is trying to have these deep political conversations, or just uh speaking to somebody that doesn't have your same point of view, getting outside of this bubble. And we really do think that this is important in America. And then uh most of the time we're sitting here consumed by things that really don't affect us. The Bud Light can controversy is a perfect example. It's just something that distracts you from the news. It's going to get you all riled up. But at the end of the day, does it affect you? No, no. 99% of these things don't affect you. And like he was alluding to, that's what sells. That's the controversial shit. That's the things that in the media, if you want to have a popular YouTube channel, if you want to have a popular news station, controversy sells. Hence, what led us to the 24-hour news cycle. Always controversy. They have to come up, even if there's nothing of news consequence that day. They have to come up with something to grab your attention, and that is a major problem in America. And I think the media portrays this. It definitely has a lot to do with why we're divided so much in this country. It's just things that are non-consequential, just dumb things that actually get blown up, and these are the headlines that we have. So Chris is a little bit rough around the edges, and
Yeah.
he just says things that's on his mind. But at the end of the day, it's true what he's saying. It's we're
It's
consumed
frustrating.
by
It's
this.
annoying to me. It's annoying to me that you and I are trying to do something productive, and you watch, and this ain't about money or fame and glory. This is about the United States of America. This is about our country. This is about our families. This is about things that really affect us. And people have no clue that the longer we play these, that's why this country's wildly out of control as it is. So on both sides, we're trying to bring perspective here from a Republican ideology and democratic ideology, and actually show people that we can actually get along. We don't have to be divided. But these people with the let's first of all, let's talk about the beer bottle. I don't want to talk about all this garbage, but the beer bottle, we that was all over that was national news. No one's talking about the 12 or 19,000 Americans that are stuck in Kajubi, freaking Africa, or wherever, where the embassy may be under attack soon. Nobody cares about the possible death of the dollar, the alliances that are forming between Russia and China. Guess what? That's going to affect you in your household and your family long before. What's the weirdo's name on the beer? But I don't even consume my time trying to remember these weirdos' names. Mulvaney or something.
I have no, it doesn't affect me. So, and like Chris brought up the story to me. I don't know. I honestly don't know her name, the influencer's name. I saw, a couple news stories. I saw the one where Kid Rock is shooting at the beer cans, but it doesn't affect me. So I never even put my effort, my time into like looking into it because it's, you know,
No, so
do
we
I
try to
care? It's
educate ourselves on real topics that are going on in
yeah.
America that are going to affect our food bill, our electric bill, filling up our gas tanks, our mortgages. What our I don't have children. But I understand we have a school system that I pay taxes for, and the school system is wildly out of control in a lot of parts of this country, and people don't engage in that. They just say, "Oh, it's okay to teach my 5-year-old or 6-year-old, all the intricacies of sex and things, and transgender." Listen, as far as all this transgender stuff, I'm done with it, sick of it up to here. Okay, here's the flag. Okay, this is my flag. This is I think our flag as a country. At least it used to be. But the fact is, you can have your gay flags and all your rainbow stuff. Cool, it's America. But no one cares anymore. Okay, your small population of this country, you have the same rights everybody else does. Okay, I don't wave a flag to say it says, "Oh, I'm straight and I just got laid last night." Okay, that would probably offend them. Okay, I'm not offended by your flags and your beliefs. And here's another news flash for all the transgender people that want to keep ripping this country to shreds. There's two genders. There's boys and there's girls. And if you want, you can go thank your mother, who was actually a straight woman, okay, one of the two genders, for your arrival into this country. Okay, because the facts are the facts. You want us to all live in this fairy tale land that you all live in. Fine, go do it. Be what you want to be in America. Okay, I'm not participating in this fairy tale land that we've created in this country. While there's real things going on that nobody seems to care about, and the more we keep dividing the country, Democrat, Republican, liberals, libertarians rather, the less progress we make. And I've been on this planet 48 years. I've seen it do nothing but go down spiral. We're going down the toilet bowl faster and faster because of all this foolishness. Everybody can live here. Everybody can be this and that, and gay and trans and straight and Republican and Democrat. Cool, we got it. But there's other things we need to be talking about. We consume ourselves with um, the beer and Mickey and Minnie Mouse wearing rainbow colored clothes. Well, guess what? Don't buy the beer and don't support Disney. These things are so simple. And let's move on to the destruction of the United States dollar, which affects when you got to put food on the family for your children, or I got to put food on the table for me, or take care of things I need to take care of. But no, none of that stuff's important. So, like I said, I'm going to go down a different path today. I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find um, interesting animals to talk to that have 87 different genders in black bear world here in the Poconos. You come on, you got
Yeah,
to be
the
kidding me, people. You've got to be kidding me with all this garbage.
I do just want to interject. It's if you believe that 0.05% of the population or whatever the percentage that transsexuals make up of the United States, that small population is tearing up this country, something severely wrong with your point of view and just how those people don't affect our country. I can promise you, there is not one transgender person in Congress. There has never been a transgender president. There has never been a transgender secretary of state. These are the people that affect your choices. A transgender
Correct.
is not in charge of your state.
Right.
You've never voted in a transgender governor. That governor is affecting your state. My governor is affecting my state. A transgender person wanting to use a bathroom, I could give two shits less about it. It does not affect me. We should not be alienating these people. Let them live their life. I'm not advocating for teaching transgenderism in my kids' kindergarten class. But at the same time, they have a right to live just as much as you or I do. They don't have to conform to whatever you're conforming to. This is America. We're not living in Iraq or Iran, those countries where women aren't even allowed to show their face or you're going to get stoned to death. That's not us. So while I do agree that we get consumed a lot by these minor topics, I'd like to remind you that it's not the Democrats. It's not a transsexual that's out here blowing up this news story. It's Kid Rock shooting at two cases of Bud Light, saying, fuck you, Bud Light. Okay. How is that? First of all, you purchased two cases. So Bud Light would like to thank you for making that purchase and also for destroying it because now you're gonna have to buy more if you actually want to drink. Good job.
I,
It's not affecting their bottom line. I've seen some story. Oh, Bud Light's stock is tanking. Uh, Don't take anybody's word for it. Go look up Anheuser-Busch stock, please. Tell me it's not. If you don't buy that stock, if you're not at all aware of what it's doing. The stock's up like 40% over the year. Sure, don't buy Anheuser-Busch. Don't buy their stock. You're not affecting them whatsoever. 0.5% of our country is not going to affect them. It's not going to affect me. And I think, like I said, I strongly support their rights and they have a right to, be humans and be whatever you want to be. At the end of the day, you're not affecting me. It's
look,
not, I'm not going to
this,
sit here and switch beers and none of that. So,
this stuff that we get pumped into us, and again, we can hold the media responsible for a lot of this and a lot of our politicians that push it. In the end, if I'm in a restaurant, I'm sitting at a table, and there's a transgender or gay couple next to me, I don't care. I don't
yeah.
care. I don't care. Sit there, eat your meal. I'm going to eat my meal, but don't sit there and make a scene out of it. Oh, I'm transgender. I'm gay. I'm here. Everybody look at me. Okay, cool. We're all here doing the same thing. We're being a free people. We're free Americans to do what we want. It's no different than the Democrat Republican. If you as a Democrat, uh, were laying on the side of the road dying, or your family, or you were in a car accident, or I just happened upon your wife and your kids, or anyone else's. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're gay, straight, furry, Furby, whatever those freak that other gang is. Um, I'm going to stop and help you. And I'm not going to ask you, are you a Democrat? Are you gay? Are you trans? Are you just, no, I'm going to help you because you're an American, number one. First, you're a human being. But they twist this into, I hate. You know what I hate? I hate that you people can't just live your lives and you want everybody to subscribe to this world that you live in that you're completely entitled to live in. Cool, I get it. I don't hate anybody. And I would stop and help you. My first question is not going to be what's your political affiliation and which of the 187 genders are you? No, doesn't work that way. But they turned me into the bad guy because I had something to say today and I'm pissed off. Well, you're wrong. Anybody who wants to turn the script on me that I hate, you're wrong. You're wrong. I just
Yeah.
like as put it
Yeah,
as
and I know you
briefly as
don't
I
have
could.
any hate or anything. You're just just the media coverage, and it's honestly it's the media that gets people riled up because this would have never. And I just remind everybody, Budweiser did not make a commercial on this. Budweiser or Anheuser Busch, Bud Light. They did not. You literally have to be following the transgender influencer. Which again, I don't even know her name. I don't have her account. I didn't know that was a thing. So you have to follow her in order to see this. If you didn't follow her and you got it from the news, that should tell you something. Nobody else did. If any one of your friends retweeted her original tweet or her original post, uh, that's how most people found out. If you found out through the media, you got to ask yourself, is there like an ulterior motive here being pushed? I would have never found out. If it wasn't for, honestly, if it wasn't for Kid Rock shooting the Bud Light cans, I probably would have never been found out. So it's a made up thing. to get us riled up, and it's just always at the end of the day when most of these stories, I mean, 99% of the stories that we cover, you will notice at the end of the day, there's a motive behind it. It's to get you riled up. It's to have you divided and you know lose track of what's actually important in
And
America.
you know,
A Bud
the,
Light can it's not gonna affect
back to
anything.
my original bitch, and then I'm going to probably cut it off here unless you want to get into an actual topic. I could give a rip today because first people got to start paying attention before they're going to care about our topics. But the fact is, you know, of the people that don't want to pay attention to this stuff, you know, I liken them to the same people that, oh, I don't vote, I don't care, what's my vote matter, what, and we can debate that at a later date, how the voting system works, is broken, not broken, corrupt, not corrupt, but you know what? Don't bitch to me. Okay, anybody who's either not participating in our kind of a world where we want to get along, we want to have good, healthy conversation as a Democrat and a Republican, um, don't bitch to me. Don't even talk to me if you don't at least want to listen to what I'm saying and do your duty and go vote. Okay, because you got no right to bitch to me. We're actually trying to do something here that I really was excited about, and the traction we're getting, it just isn't going anywhere, and it stuns me that as a country we're this we're this far off a track. The blood and guts that were spilled to give gay people their rights and us our rights and transgenders their rights and everybody their rights is enormous. And we seem to lose sight of that. We seem to lose sight of that in this country, that there's a reason why you can do what you want and have our flags and have our freedom of speech and our Second Amendment rights and all the things that were um, skillfully put on paper in our United States Constitution. And it blows my mind that nobody even knows why we're allowed to do these things in this country. There's a lot of countries in this planet that you could go and you ain't going to get away with any of this garbage.
Yeah, yeah. Thankfully we don't live in those countries. We are an American. We are Americans, and this is what I mean, and it this is what it embodies, though. Also, it's not just people that believe what I believe in. You have a right to sit at home and watch anime cartoons all day, or you have a right to go out and go for a hike in all the whatever you want to do. This is the country to do it in. This is, I mean, I'm a strong believer in our American way of life. I know it's not perfect. I know there's always room for improvement. I don't believe that this country is infallible. I know we've made mistakes in the past. I know we will in the future. But the point of it is that we all live here. We all have to try to get along, and that's why we started the show. So it's more we can go out there and just be controversial and just me and Chris going at it. And because that's what sells. That's what would get us
And we
views. That's what
will.
would
We
you
have for
know.
anybody
Uh,
that hasn't watched our shows. We will go at each other and we
yeah,
will
yeah,
agree
yeah,
on things. But when we go at each other, we're not literally going to try to take one of us, one or the other, off the planet.
yeah. I
It's
don't
not
believe that
about
we
that.
should have a divorce. I don't believe that Chris should go live in the South with other Republicans or any of that stuff. I think it's foolish. We have disagreements. Wildly different points of views and just what we believe in. But at the end of the day, we can talk. We should have these conversations. And that's what we want other people to
We
do.
can
So
talk,
yeah,
and I use you for an example. If it was you or your family that needed my help, I would help you guys. I don't,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
you're of Spanish descent, right? But that doesn't
yep,
matter to me. It doesn't matter to me if your wife is Spanish, your kids are born of two Spanish parents. If any of you, I use you as an example because we're having a discussion about getting along. That goes for anybody. I don't care about your race. I don't
yeah.
care about all this stuff. I'm going to help you.
And if
But
we were
but
to
for some
listen to
reason we've
people,
lost
if you
sight that
listen to the
most of the
news.
country is like that.
Yeah, if you listen to the news and that's all you watch and you're stuck in your bubble and you only hang around Republicans, you only hang around Democrat, you will never know, or you think the other side is the enemy. That Chris is not my enemy. Republicans are not my enemy. If anything, and I've talked to Chris plenty of times about this. It's not even about like the left or the right. It's up here and down here. You're either rich
Yes.
and you're in that club or you're not. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about rich like, oh, I made $500,000. You're not in the club. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to tell you, it's great money. Don't get me wrong, but you're not in that club. You're not in that 1%. These people that are actually making the decisions that are affecting you. That's what you should be worried about. Not saying that we shouldn't have Democrats or Republicans. We obviously, prescribe to different sides of the aisle here. But Chris is not my enemy. I'm well aware of this, and we can have conversations. And people are shocked at work. We were actually outside having a conversation the other day, um, and somebody came up to us and they were shocked that we were able to have these conversations, and we're not going at each other. And we do this every single day. It's not anything new. And we believe this should be the norm. There's no reason why not. Why you can't get along with your neighbor. Go check out what your Democrat neighbor is cooking today, or what your Republican neighbor is doing out in his yard. We're Americans. You can get along, and you're not the enemy. I'm not your enemy. I don't want to see you not live in this country. I want to see you prosper. I want to see all of America prosper. Yeah, and I think the media really got us away from that, and it's just controversy sells. Me and Chris getting along does not sell. We
No,
know it's
no, it
it's
doesn't sell
not
at
the
all.
most exciting topic,
And
to
we've
see us
heard
getting
that
along. Yeah,
from people that some people that we've said, "Oh, watch our channel. Oh, you guys don't fight enough." Well, that's kind of the whole point, you bunch of boobs.
yeah,
We're not
yeah,
supposed to fight our way through life. We're supposed to
yeah,
get along and have meaningful lives and meaningful families, and we've just gotten away from it. We've gotten away, and it's
yep.
so sad to me that. And I'm going to say one last thing: the 300 and some people that we had a good video. It's obviously we have a new channel, so we have room to grow. But out of that, we didn't have a good turnout of them coming back. So out of that 320 some people, most of them didn't really care about what we had to say. That's a pretty big number in terms of, even though we're just getting started here, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm trying to educate Chris on how YouTube goes and the algorithms and stuff, and I'm well aware of why the view we don't have we're not controversial. We're not the Hodgkin twins. We're not sitting out here saying Republicans should go down, or no. It's just that we both agree that's not how you can move the country forward. Although the Hodgkin twins are entertaining, don't get me wrong. And I'll watch a video every once in a while just to see what they're saying, or Diamond and Silk, or any of these other controversial guys. But if we don't get back to the basics of just trying to find, and I don't want to use, but common ground between us, it's why the show is named the way it is. It's why we decided to do this. But we have to, as a country. We're not going to move forward. If I'm entrenched on one side and I just say, hey, Medicare for all or nothing. I don't want to pass anything else until we do Medicare for all. That's not going to move us forward. As much as my idea, and I believe in it and all that, if I'm just stuck with just one point of view and extremism, and I'm not willing to barter and negotiate, it's not going to get us nowhere. So we definitely have to get away from that extremism in this country on both sides. I'm not singling out Republicans or Democrats, but it's both sides of the aisle. Extremism will not work. Compromise has to be the way forward. That's the only way that we can move forward in this country. It won't work. Trust me. If only Republicans vote, and you guys have control of the House, the Senate, or Democrats have control of everything. It's not going to work without compromise. It won't. I promise you. So
I agree with that.
hopefully, we get more views. We understand we're a newer channel. We're not out here unclogging drains, or have women in bikinis twerking. But we just really believe in what we're doing, and the reason we started the show. So that's
Yeah,
the reason
come back
behind.
and watch this. One last thing. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a show, because I'm an old Gen Xer and I don't understand all this stuff that's going on with the technology end of this. He is trying to teach me, so I'm breaking into a new world here about learning about how to upload and move this from this file to that file and all this other stuff that the old boobs don't get. So I do thank you for that, Josh. I know it's a little more uh, time consuming on their end, but I am trying to learn. I was playing last night with the new computer that I don't understand. I know how to turn it off and on. But other than that, we still got a little bit of training to do. But so I do appreciate that anyway, and I feel better that I got to have a little rant. Next week we'll do maybe some get back to our basics, and if that doesn't work, then you and I'll learn how to knit or some dumb shit like that. I don't know. Or
Yeah. Like I
underwater
said, I always
basket
say
weaving.
Chris is a natural here. Chris is the actual YouTuber. You guys can see his personality, his his takes and everything. He is a natural YouTuber.
And
So if
this
this
squirrel
doesn't
milk
work,
is
I
pretty good,
promise
folks.
you.
You all should try this squirrel milk. I'm going to go milk another one later.
Yeah. So I promise you, if this show doesn't work out, we're just gonna start Chris another channel, and he's gonna go off because he's definitely entertaining. You guys should tune in just for the matter of seeing Chris. But
No, we're going to get
yeah,
this. We're
yeah,
going to
brother,
get
was
this, folks, and we're going to get this, Josh. I mean, for this reason, right behind me here, because we
yeah,
all have this in common. We're all Americans, and you and I are actually going to. This is our time. We're going to shine eventually here. Give us a little more time, and I think we're going to get some traction, and we're going to make a movement, one way
yeah,
or another,
yep,
for all of
exactly.
us.
Yes, sir.
That's all I
So,
got,
Chris, you
Josh.
have
I got
anything else
shit
to
to do,
cover?
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. It's pretty busy for us. We both work full time and everything, have our lives outside of this. This is kind of like just a hobby for us. So yeah. We thank you guys for tuning in. Those that do, we know there's not many, but those that do tune in and just have these discussions with us. I know they're kind of dry topics, and it's not the most exciting thing in the world to be doing with your weekend. But we definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. Share us if you can, like, subscribe. I hate doing that, but yeah, we need it. So
Yeah,
have a great weekend, guys, and
it's
Chris.
for America, folks. It's for America. It's as simple as that.
Yep,
It's not about hate or racism or anything. It's about us. It's about our country that needs our help. So
yeah,
that's all I got, man. I'll see you all next week, Josh. I'll see you on the other side, brother.
yes, sir. Have a good night, guys.